versus Invoker. That's a pretty rough matchup for the Invoker, if I'm not mistaken, as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are variants like Quas Wax can do a decent bit of damage to the TA and can sustain themselves really well. But in this position, like, yeah, you're just sitting back. You're not going to deny much from the TA at all.
Well, they're going on to Lemic. They actually have a lot of magical damage. They're going to have another power shot in 7 seconds. The right click's coming through. Are they going to be able to find him, though? He's still so freaking tanky, and, well, that's going to end up being Eden going down. They missed the Burrow Strike. They find the kill onto Lemic, but they've already lost the Venge, and now Koala in trouble as well. Oh, God, this has gone so terribly for RR.QEON.
They don't have the Orb of Venom on the bear yet, so they couldn't punish the tanking, but he's still, like...
Let's take a look at the other lanes for a second, because this is a little bit tragic.
It's a little depressing when you put it that way.
Nando and Yappy, they're farming in the mid lane a little bit.
Oh, is that a kill on Weaver? Oh!
All right, well, thank you very much. I was looking mid, ended up having to kill bottom. Things are not going well right now.
As he's trying to Shikuchi away under tower, just pretty much the last second, it comes off cooldown.
God, Zephyr, he's going to get right-clicked as well. He is dead, 5-1. RR.QEON, where did it all go wrong?
Well, from minute 1, I would say that they are already in a really tough spot in terms of their draft. Health early here is trying to sustain against that kind of self-harassment, but meantime we have a rotation on mid here, and it should be a pickup on the Invoker.
Stampede at 5 minutes, gonna pull him back in with that telekinesis. Right click's coming through in the Sunstrike, not going to really do all that much. Nando surviving through it. Lemic is gonna end up falling, but they might be able to bring down Eden as well. Well, maybe not. Burrow Strike, Nando, he ends up falling, so they take down 2. It's something going well for RR.QEON.
So that's the overconfidence factor. He had the regeneration rune on the Templar Assassin. He tried to get the maximum value out of it by just putting himself out there, and in the end, he just gets stunned under tower. You can see that coming a decent distance away, and Rubik's actually going to be picked up by the Sunstrike here. So nice little grab there for the Invoker, and put himself on the board for sure.
All right, well, after the little bit of the tragic maze, and now RR.QEON actually going to make a rotation over. They're going to try and pressure, and this might be able to bear fruit.
Yeah, they've got a lot of movement speed here on Zephyr, but there's going to be a Stampede away from DJ. No, doesn't pop the Stampede.
Sunstrike down as well. They end up comboing together. DJ is actually just going to be able to walk away, though, for the moment. KelThuzard diving deep, wants to find it, misses the hoof stomp, and there's the time lapse back. So they are going to be okay, and DJ just a little bit over.
Actually, he already took a double stack from the other Ancient Camp, now getting a triple here. So him stacking and his support stacking has been very proactive, but now they're going to be able to get this kill on Rubik's mid.
Now, nice little movement out. Sunstrike to follow, and Yappy continuing to build that advantage that he's had. And I guess that's something else that we could talk about, alacrity onto win range.
Out is the big key here. There's just too much movement speed on this here. Rabbit plus phase boots, and as long as he sees the enemy, he's perfectly fine. So it's actually going to be now the Federal Spirits who's in trouble. One root, and he's dead.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Nope, doesn't even need it.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. And also able to take the...
Campbell's back on Roshan, like, oh, I have the level 1 Wave of Terror. Now we can do the big boss, man. I think they had the tools at their disposal already. It's just about timing, how long it takes them.
Lemic, well, he goes down, but they're able to take one in return.
Nice
shackle shot onto Nando. In some trouble. They magic missile up that Wind Ranger, trying to run away with the Stampede, but the damage is going to be too significant. They go in for the double edge. Eden is going to get the wand charge off, and now the ice wall as well. Execration, what have you done?
This is what they needed. They just need the enemy to misstep, just go too far, and when they can punish it with all these really good disables.
Is ruined by this Observer Ward and then moved over into the jungle, maybe not expecting that the Centaur followed him the entire way, and now TA in this top lane,
got a dagger too.
They are going to jump right on top, and Yappy brought down, and again, you saw the movement over, but maybe not expecting that he went the full distance.
Exactly, and having that second down. And Weaver going for like a very defensive build in literally a Lincoln Sphere rush.
Ooh, this movement though. You have the Blink Dagger reveal now. The Sunstrike, it's already there on top of him. Did he end up channeling Epicenter right there? No, he didn't. All right, well played. So they have that still if they wanted to go for a Burrow Strike off cooldown in 2 seconds. The hoof stomp on the KelThuzard. They're all lined up though. No, he ends up going for the swap. Eden pulling him out of the way, but there's still a ton of damage. Power shot takes down Lemic. Wasn't quite able to take down the Rubik, and they find another one off the back of it.
Yeah, Caustic Finale still ticks through, and that is going to be 3 kills with the unveiling of that Blink Dagger. Just a Lone Druid alone would be an amazing pickup.
Redeem yourself, man. They're moving in towards Roche. They are going to back out now, realizing they can't really take it. Also, Rubik, Stolen Shackle Shot. Okay. Huge spell to get combo together, particularly with some solid initiation already from DJ. The Force Staff to keep him alive for the moment. Epicenter comes out. He misses the Burrow Strike. They were all right in front of you. How do you do that? And now the Shackle onto 2 to secure the retreat. Oh, no.
The game is hard, man.
What?
I don't know the Indonesian pick,
never
to be honest.
seen that.
But we see the Weaver getting locked down really hardcore. Going to be dropping down the Weaver and the Rubik at the same time, but Execration the ones to take the Roshan on the back of it.
You look at it, it's still been a little bit of a rocky road, and now you have a BKB completed on the TA. Oh, that might actually be tragic. Invoker, nice blink out of there, realizing the Ogre and the Rubik were in the area. KelThuzard, they spot out a couple. Bro Strike a little bit there onto DJ. Trying to get away. Eden force staffed away as well. The Shackle onto Lemic, but they're onto Yappy. That's so much damage from Nando, and, well, slowed in the ice wall, but maybe another chance at an opening here. He does have Epicenter as well as Bro Strike available. Nando gets the Refraction Charge up. The huge stomp, though. The turnaround. They end up exploding everybody, but there's the win run. The Epicenter is not quite in time, nor enough damage, but they have been able to bring down the Lone Druid off the back of it. Nando now slowing up Koala, but they are not going to chase any further forward. Oh, it was close. It was close to being glorious.
Yeah, I mean, they did bring everybody.
Yeah. Type of items.
Fight now, at the very least. They don't really need to end the game on these BKBs, but they know that this is their weakest point of the game, and they want to extend the play. Nice combo of stuns coming out onto the Centaur War Runner to pick him up, but he did pretty much buy out all of his unreliable gold, so he's still very close to his Aghanim Scepter.
Well, kind of trading them off, in fact.
I don't think I really talked too much about this Weaver going for the Linkage Rush, other than the fact that he didn't have boots, but it's actually really good against Rubik in particular, because early on, Rubik's not going to have, we see the pickup here on DJ. All the pipe mitigation in the world.
Maybe, possibly, they get the nice right click with the Caustic. It's not going to end up being nearly enough, and Yappy lifted back up. He's going to fall, so they take him down. They do manage to get DJ.
But I think they'll lose the Sand King here. He's got a little bit more time, and they've just got a little bit too much damage.
Yeah, Burrow Strike in 2, and actually has a Force Staff up in a second as well, but Burrows to the side, and Force Staff away. What? Zephyr! Who needs
KB or Bloodthorn, as I mentioned, but if they can just get a Hex in the Wind Ranger before she win runs, that might be fine too.
All right. Meanwhile, Zephyr continuing the split push game for himself. Incredibly mobile while we miss a kill on the Vengeful Spirit, who...
They've like hexed them with the Word Vision that I was mentioning before. This intel, really. You're up against these massive cores with, you know, 2 sets of refraction and BKBs and hexes and level 25. It's really tough.
Oh man, they're all grouped up together for a moment. Tornado coming through and popping the BKB away from it, and now that's going to be Invoker trying to run away from this. Already losing the Sand King. A lot of that disable is already taken off. Koala stunned for the moment as well. KelThuzard is going to break the blink of DJ, and that's going to be 2 dead. Very important heroes, and Execration just looking great.
Yeah, he win ran to try to get into
the my god, Eden as well. He's going to drop. Triple kill for Nando.
Yeah, very just crisp, easy, clean execution, and just RQ scrambling to try to respond. They need a perfect fight. They can't just be like we got picked off, let's try to do something about it. That's not the fight they're looking for. They're looking for one big swing like we saw in the mid lane before.
And now they lift back onto the Invoker as well. In trouble. Burrow Strike is going to be there. Zephyr making the plays, and DJ tries to go in for the stomp, a little bit off the mark, but found KelThuzard nonetheless. A long-range Burrow Strike would be great to try and turn this back around. There's the Deafening Blast, the disarm for Nando. Can they do it? Burrow Strike comes in from Zephyr in the clutch, and Gabbi now trying to run him down after the Savage Roar. Nando is back after that Aegis expired.
They got the buyback from the Invoker, though. That's the big thing. Yabby going in. Tornado, EMP coming out onto the Ogre. Should be dropping very quickly, but can the Sand King pick up more? Isn't able to find the Burrow Strike into the trees despite the Aghanim Scepter.
Oh, they got him. Cold Snap. They got him. Gabbi got caught. Well played. They were just barely able to get the vision. The Savage Roar comes out, but Gabbi is dead.
That's the pickup they needed. They definitely needed more out of that buyback than just the Invoker, just the Ogre, but they do pick up the Lone Druid on top of that. Still,
if Invoker heads down, he's going to run into the Centaur.
Yeah, they saw the smoke, they pinged it out with the wards, and they just now broke it. Is
Yappy
it be enough
in
to get
trouble.
away?
Well, he pops the Lincoln Spear, the Stampede, they're on top of him.
Gosh.
Sheepstick as well.
How do you ping that and then just Could have been the other side's pings. Did they have a gem?
Maybe. Already Eden's gone, though, and it's no buyback now, as you mentioned earlier, for the Invoker, 90 seconds.
Yeah.
And this is
Okay.
just, I think it's over.
They actually just straight up didn't see the smoke. DJ had a gem, and the Rubik was the one pinging, not the Venge. So they just didn't see the smoke, and he walks right into it. That is just so painful.
Game-winning smokes. It's a good item. Shackle onto 2, but they are going to need more than a miracle to make this one work. KelThuzard, he's going to be sheeped up, controlled as well. And it looks like with the buyback from the Weaver, it's everything that they hope for. It's not going to be there, though.
Even with backdoor production here, it looks like it's still going to be going down. He does not get shackled. That's going to be a stun coming out. Wind Ranger and her Wind Run is running out. And the MKB of the Lundred just doesn't care anyways.
Yep. And they are, I mean, if they want to, they can just go for tier 4s at this point. Backdoor protection's off. They know that there's no buyback for the Invoker. Not sure about the Wind Ranger, but they're going to play it safe. Eyes on the prize. Melee barracks going down across the board.
Well, they got the bear at a buyback penalty, but we do see that it is going to be 2 full lanes of racks gone, and Sand King forced into his last-ditch position. Tries to be.
God.
He actually just gives the burrow strike to Rubik. Just have some fun. 5-5-9-3. We're done, Zo. GG. Well played. Go next.
All right. RRQ, it looked good for a little while. There were moments. There were points in time.
It did shape up towards the mid-game. I will definitely admit that it looked rocky from the start. They got their head back in the game, and unfortunately Execration just were able to play their draft to a T. So they took advantage of the early moment.